Good morning. This is Brandon, and this is going to be my day trading journey. What you're seeing right now is my Apex. Excuse me. This is Rhythmic Trader Pro. So this is a software that connects. It's kind of like a go-between software between NinjaTrader and the Apex system. So I'm using Apex Funded Trader trading in the futures market, but I'm trading essentially a demo account. It's like a big fancy video game. So I'm using Apex. There is a link in the description below. Have found Apex to be really reasonable on the fees. What you do is you pay a monthly fee and you trade in a demo account. And if you can hit a certain goal in profits, then you pass and you get a funded account. And from that point forward, you have to stick to the rules, but you start trading for real and you're trading their money, not your own. So it's a really low cost way to try to get into futures day trading. It's not an easy business. I've been struggling to get funded with Apex, um, but it is a very low cost way. And if you can keep your wits about you and generate enough profits in your demo account, you get funded, and then the profits are real. So any profits you generate from there, trading the futures market, you get to keep those. They will let you withdraw the first $25,000 without a fee. So you would get all of your profits for the first 25K. And then after that, it's a reasonable split. They take 10% of whatever profits you generate. So that's the catch, being able to trade other people's money instead of your own, being able to trade without taking on any real risk other than the monthly fee. And then if you screw up and you want to reset, there's a fee for that. With Apex, the accounts are so cheap that you end up spending less money just creating a new account. And some people have multiple accounts. I myself was trading uh, three accounts at the same time for a little while. I've now just sort of simplified. I just have the one account. It's actually the smallest option from Apex. um, it's a $25,000 account, and I've traded it yesterday and the day before. And you can see I've earned about $545 in play money, Monopoly money, because it is a demo account. It's live data. It's real data of the real futures market, but you're not actually placing trades in the real market. You're just using demo trading, paper trading essentially within NinjaTrader. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the NinjaTrader. Just wanted to show you guys that I did take a second trade. Um, Yesterday after I shut down the stream. So I was able to have another winning trade. Just getting my password 1 second. NinjaTrader. I'm also using Chart VPS. So this isn't my computer. This is a virtual server. Virtual personal server. Or virtual private server, I should say. So the market is about to open. Futures market is open from 5 p.m. Excuse me, from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. the next day. So it's almost 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. But I don't like to trade outside of the normal New York session, starting at 9:30 Central Time. So let me shrink this down. Open up my strategies. So I have a little bot that my friend gave to me that automatically places the buy or the sell stop order to get me into a position, depending on whether I'm looking for a short or a long. And like I said yesterday on the other channel, I do not like to trade for at least the first 1 minute, if not 2 or 3 minutes. And then I always mark, this is another little tip I got from my friend. My friend David is he's definitely a legit professional trader. He's been consistently profitable trading futures, pretty much just like this, for I think around 7 years. So fully earning a very handsome living trading futures in this exact same way. He has some other strategies that he likes to use as well. Market is open. I'm gonna switch this back to the 5 minute. So I like to mark the previous day's high and low with those fib extensions on there. Just to be aware of some key important levels where the price might want to have a reversal. For example, you can see yesterday's high of day, and when price came down here, look how it reversed right off of there. So something to be aware of. And the best trade setups are going to be, somewhere in the middle where the price is making a nice trend from one place to another. You know, the big, the big institutions are, really moving the price in a dramatic way. Nice strong trend. I don't care whether it's going up or down. I just want a nice, clear, strong trend, and then I'm just going to jump on for short rides during the trend. So, for example, the trend is now on its way up. That actually was a legitimate entry. There was a one candle pullback down to the oversold, and then it reversed and gave us an up close on these 16 tick candles. Each candle is exactly 16 ticks tall. So if the price goes 17 ticks, then I don't know why that isn't working. That should have got me in, but it didn't work. That's frustrating. Might have to close out my Ninja Trader and reopen it because that is weird. This is yellow because, yeah, operation failed. I noticed. All right, let me close out Ninja Trader. By the way, I need to double check, see if there's any big news items. Let's try this again. That's too bad because that looked like that was going to be a winning trade. Excuse me. I think I forgot to share my system sound. Yeah, that definitely would have been a winning trade. That is a bummer. Oh, that would have been a nice start to the day. Now I'm getting a little bit leery. But you see all these highs. This is why I like to have the 5 minute chart over here, have it zoomed out. Couple of lows here in this area and some highs. So this is why I like to have the 5 minute chart over here. I'm leery of trying to take another long. That's actually a legitimate setup according to the strategy. We made a new high, we had a pullback, it went to the oversold, and then we got an up close. But because of all this previous price action in this area, yeah, and see that would have been a red trade there. So we missed the green trade because something went wrong with my bot. um, some kind of little communication issue between NinjaTrader and Rhythmic. And so now the price, see, this would have actually been a red trade. That would have gone 30 ticks against me right there. This one would have been perfect. So that candle opened at roughly 43. So 7.5 points would take it to 50.5. So we definitely would have been profitable on that trade. This one would have been a loser. So, and now it's just going sideways. So I really want to try to be diligent and patient and wait for the very clear, strongly trending price action. So let's see, maybe it's going to make another run down, trying to get back down into yesterday's range, perhaps. I don't really know. I'm going to trade what I see. We do have a reversal. We have a downtrend in place now. It's making lower highs and lower lows. So if I can get a pullback to the ribbon, I can go ahead and take that trade. It's not the strongest, best trend, but it is a trend. And we do have some room all the way down to these lows. Just need a legitimate pullback. because it's a trend reversal, I need to pull back to the ribbon. Didn't quite get there, although I'm guessing that trade is going to work out. Maybe not. We didn't quite get back to the ribbon right there. The ribbon is these curvy lines right here, the black line and the three red or blue lines. Red for a downtrend, blue for an uptrend, if that wasn't obvious already. Oh, there we go. Order submitted. That time the order actually went in. Let's see how it works out. So you see I have my stop here 30 ticks above and my target 30 ticks below. It's not the best area to be taking a short. It's probably not going to work out. Yeah. Okay. So now we have our work cut out for us. We have one red trade in the bag. So looks like that would have been a nice one, although it is just a little bit above the black line there. So that's a bit of a questionable entry. I'm just going to skip it. Once I've had one trade set up in a trend, I need the trend to sort of prove itself by making in this case, a lower low. It made a fresh low right there. I would need it to make another low before I can really rely on this being a strong trend. And it looks like what ended up happening is the trading range took over and we bounced here at all these lows. This can be a super, super boring pursuit. Sometimes the price will just go nowhere, literally for an hour, maybe 2 hours. So if it just starts going sideways here for more than 15 or 20 minutes, I'll just shut down the stream because nobody wants to watch that unless you're a unless you're a day trader like me and you're patiently waiting for your good entries and your good setups. I don't think anybody on YouTube wants to watch that. So we have a period of sideways price action here. You notice we switched to the blue ribbon indicating an uptrend. That's because of the higher highs and higher lows. But now it's going back down. Maybe it's just going to range here sideways. The market is trying to figure out what to do out of this consolidation. Eventually, it'll either break out to the upside or break out to the downside from this consolidation. But while we're in this consolidation, it is not good. It's just an area to just get completely ripped to shreds as a trend trader like me. Part of the reason I'm doing these YouTube live streams for my trading is to be able to talk through that, not for the viewers' benefit, but literally for my own benefit, to remind myself to be patient, to remind myself that this is not the kind of price action where I have an edge with this strategy. So I want to wait for the very clear, strong trending price action when I know I have an edge, meaning I have a strategy that's going to win more often than it loses. And that's what you need with a one-to-one risk versus reward, right? I have a 30 tick profit target and a 30 tick stop loss. So if it's green, I win 30 ticks. If it's red, I lose 30 ticks. So that's one to one. So I need to win more often than I lose, which is the way it works out most of the time if I can manage to be patient and wait for some nice, strongly trending price action. It's very tempting to take this setup. If it comes down to the ribbon, that would be a long setup. I'm just internally debating whether or not I would do that. There is quite a bit of room to the highs here. Ends up being moot anyway because it didn't pull back far enough right over here. The Nasdaq in general has been very, very, very strong for the last couple of weeks. Basically all month long, it's just been going straight up. So the name of the game recently here has been betting more on the buyers than the sellers. The bulls are kind of trashing the bears lately. Still not getting the kind of pullback that I need to see with this strategy. There was a change of trend. We were obviously trending down here. And now we're trending up. So whenever we have a change of direction like that, I need the price to pull back to the ribbon and bounce. It's also tempting to take this trade right here because we got the pullback to the oversold on this proprietary indicator here. But that's another reason I'm streaming on YouTube. I want to be accountable to telling you all about the strategy and then actually sticking to the rules. All right, let's see how it goes. Looks decent so far. Come on, baby. Now I need it to make this double top and actually go a tick further to get my profit target. So that's a little sketchy. I never like that. I never like when there's a potential for a double top and I don't quite get filled on my target order, but part of being disciplined also. There we go. All right. Well, it blew right through that pretty easily. We're back to break even. So we got one loser, or maybe I'll say one red trade and one green trade. Now I have the permission to take just a regular pullback trade. So I don't need it to come back to the ribbon to take another long trade. I just need it to get to this oversold indicator. It's not quite there. Actually, there it is. So this would also be just a plain old ribbon trade. See if we can get 2 in a row. So far, so good. Come on, baby. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I'm going to be a little undisciplined and drag my stop a little bit. There we go. Nice. I just didn't want to lose. After it's kind of demoralizing when you have a trade that goes, within a tick or two of your profit target and then comes all the way back and stops you for a full loss. That can be very, very hard to take emotionally, mentally. So what you saw there at the last minute there is I dragged my stop up to a couple few ticks above my entry point, and that way if it had reversed, at least I wouldn't have lost any on the trade. I would have either stopped out for a break even or maybe a tick or two. Now this is not all the way oversold. Let me turn off the bot and get it ready for another one. It didn't quite get there. Probably should have called that close enough. It looks like we're going to get yet a third trade. You see how this is working? Look at this uptrend. Now this pullback, like I said, it didn't count yet because it didn't make it back to the ribbon after a trend reversal. But look at this. 1, 2. We're working on a third one. I think this would have gone far enough already. Yeah, definitely would have gone far enough. So this is what you want to see. Very strong, very consistent trend. It repeatedly makes higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. When you get this is not all the time. I wish it was, but this kind of repeatable, strongly trending price action doesn't necessarily happen all the time. That's why you have to be patient. You have to sit through garbage, you have to sit through this is actually decent, but anyway, there's sometimes when you just have to sit and sit and sit, and the price action is garbage. It's going nowhere. So it can be a real test. I'm not quite to my goal. I would like to have $215 after commissions. The reason that's such a weird number is because with this particular Apex account, the profit goal is $1,500, and you have to trade for at least 7 trading days. So what I did is just divide it by 7. So if I can average $215 in net profits over the course of 7 trading days, I'm good. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I could have a red day or two as long as I don't lose 1,500. Apex has like it's almost like a trailing stop. So they keep track of what was the highest value, what was your peak equity in your account, what was the highest balance that you had at any point in time. And then from that high point in your equity, you're not allowed to drop 1,500 below that. So it'll keep track. That was actually a legitimate pullback, but I missed it. So that was kind of advantageous for me. So this was a legit trade setup. Let me zoom in a little bit so it's not so weird looking. It looks like it would have been a loser. So this was a legit trade setup right here. And I'm probably going to get stopped out anyway. But anyway, right here we had a fresh high. We had a pullback to where it got actually it was this red candle right here. You see it pulled back to the oversold. And then we had the up close right there. So the actual entry was right there. I was talking, I missed it. And so I just grabbed along right here at an even lower price. And obviously we got a big reversal here. So even though we had some nice trade entries here, we got a legitimate entry right here that ended up failing. So it's not a sure thing. These trade entries win more often than they lose, but they certainly do lose sometimes. You just don't know. I mean, I've seen trends like this just go on and on and on for hours. Literally, I've seen trending markets that are just so strong, they just keep going and going and going. And if you second guess yourself, you second guess the strategy, and you skip a trade entry, then you end up feeling pretty disappointed in yourself because it ends up working out again and again and again. And then the next one comes along and you're like, nah, this is the one that's probably going to fail. I'll skip this one too. And sure enough, there it goes. It works perfectly. And you're banging your head against the wall. So we've had a reversal in trend. So again, the way this works is I need a decent pullback to come all the way back to the ribbon and touch off of this ribbon. Doesn't matter which line, just at least, make it to that lower dark red line of the ribbon, and then I can take another trade. Because we obviously have a downtrend now. Just in terms of the institutional traders, I think they brought it up there to grab some liquidity, and now they're going to run it down, maybe even as low as yesterday's range. Come on. I'm going to call that good enough. That's definitely good enough. You see how the order moves for me automatically? That's this bot. What it's doing is it's putting the sell stop order 17 ticks below the high of the candle. And as the candle goes a bit higher, it adjusts the stop order. And it's a stop order, so it's a nice. So it's basically a market order that gets me in the trade as soon as price hits that level. Now we've made a fresh low, so I'm on high alert here for another short entry. Maybe we'll get 3 in a row like we did on the last trend.
Order submitted.
That would have been a ribbon trade. Still would be a ribbon trade. Now we're actually legitimately on the oversold, or overbought, I should say.
Order filled.
I thought we were. Guess not. Come on, sellers. Don't give up on me now. Let's get a couple in a row.
Subfilled.
Okay, so we only got one trade. We keep flipping back and forth. So back to break even. Minus, I don't know, 5 or 6 commissions at this point. We went red, green, green. I don't even remember. Red, green, green. Red, green, red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, 6 commissions. It's about $24. So even though this says 0, we're actually red like $24 in commissions. That is a big tail on that 5-minute candle. Yeah, this price action isn't the best. This was a nice trade, definitely. That's exactly the way you want to see it work out. No heat taken, No waiting, just whoosh, right to the target. Same thing over here. Perfect, perfect. A little hesitation, but perfect. Very good. So 3 good trades, 4 good trades offered up by the market. But if you look at that 5-minute chart, that is hideous. That's gross. I'd rather see something like that or something like that, where you get a strong trend going on. I'm going to skip. If we get a ribbon trade right here, I'm actually going to skip it because one of the things my good friend David taught me is there's some setups that he likes to skip, and this is one of them. I believe this is one of them. He's the master. I'm the student for this particular strategy. By the way, I should really put a link for this. If anybody watching this wants to learn how to trade this strategy, it is actually available. And there's a guy named Michael that's been trading this for 11 years. It hasn't always looked exactly like this, and he uses TradingView instead of NinjaTrader for his charting. But if you check out this website, mytradingiq.com, he has a live stream on tradingview.com. He does a live stream every morning. You can see him trading this strategy. And you can take a free 5-day trial. So check this out. If you're interested in learning how to trade this strategy for free, 5-day trial, mytradingiq.com. I really should put a link in the description of the video. Okay, so all this nonsense has resolved itself, and the Bulls win. At least so far. We'll see what they're going to do when we get into this area of all these previous highs. Excuse me. And yeah, this is strong enough now. I'm not going to ignore anything. I was starting to tell you that my friend David would, whenever there's a trend reversal, but it looks like this, sort of the hyperbolic. Oops.
Order canceled.
Didn't quite get down to the ribbon, did it? Oh, it's such a strong trend, though. Okay, now we're at the ribbon. Let's see if we can get a long trade out of this. It's very strong. But this is a deep pullback. Oh, okay, that's too far.
Order canceled.
Look how violent that is. I'm glad it didn't trigger because I would have been stopped out for sure. So maybe it's not clear cut. Maybe the Bulls aren't winning. Anyway, what I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes, if you have a trend reversal where the price action just goes straight from these bands straight up to these other bands without really stopping, he doesn't like that. And so if price had pulled back to the ribbon here, he would have skipped that trade. Ooh. I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh, sorry about that. And I missed a trade setup. Let's see if we can get it anyway.
Order submitted.
Because it hasn't gone 30 ticks in either direction yet. Ah, shoot. Yeah, my wife apparently inhaled something. Something went down the wrong pipe. And shoot, that sucks. That would have been a perfect trade. That was absolutely perfect. Although it did that trend reversal thing like I was just talking about, where it went hyperbolic from one set of bands to the other set of bands. So maybe I was supposed to skip that trade. I don't know. Anyway, now we are good to go on the shorts. Just need to pull back to the overbought. Come on, bit higher, bit higher. Come on. Bit higher. Nope. Just didn't quite get there. Shoot. That was one of those discretionary things where I could have actually taken that trade. It would have been, it didn't really qualify as a deep enough pullback. And now we're down into these lows. So, like, I'm not sure I even want to take another short trade. I'm going to, but it's against my.
Order submitted.
I don't feel great about it. Okay, it's going to make up my mind for me. Wow. Some crazy price action today. I'm super bummed that I missed this trade. See that that pullback was too deep. It went beyond the black line, so I couldn't take it according to the rules. But now we have a fresh low. Love to see a pullback to the ribbon here. Definitely take it.
Order submitted.
Let's see what we get.
Order filled.
Come on, baby.
Target
Nice.
filled.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we've been getting some really good price action lately in terms of, I mean, at least the green trades, they've been going right to the target. That's unusual in my experience. There's usually a lot more bouncing around and you're just like pulling your hair out. Just please do something, but it'll bounce around and bounce around and bounce around and bounce around and give you some heat and make you think you're going to win and make you think you're going to lose like 4 or 5 times. Then it'll finally resolve itself and go to the stop or go to the target. But this is nice. I freaking love it when it just goes whoosh, straight down or straight up to the target. Of course, what's not to love? So we did make a fresh low right here, but A, it wasn't that much of a fresh low, and B, we're right down into these wicks. So I'm going to skip, even if we get a valid short set up here, which it would be if we get a down close, that would be a short. But it went too far anyway. So probably going to call it there. Been streaming for about 40 minutes. We are in the green, although with 8 trades. So there will be some commissions on there. Yeah, 20. Okay. 7 trades. So just under $4 a trade on the in and out, or round trip, as they say. So P&L $122. See how it keeps track of your maximum. When I got that first couple of wins in a row and I was up 150, I was up, my account was up to 25,686. So Apex keeps track of that. And you see this auto liquidate threshold value. It's $1,500 below that. So it keeps track of your peak account balance, and you're not allowed to drop 1,500 below that. And like I said, this is the small one. This is the smallest account that Apex offers. So, all right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live stream. I'm going to keep trading, but I don't want to make these live streams too awfully long. It's a good stopping point for this stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.